You see, guys, this is what you can do to overcome coffee in terms of black coffee. So, if you're someone who drinks black coffee, what you can do is you can minimize the amount of coffee you drink every single day by also making sure that you make a decision first that you want to quit coffee, for example. And once you make the decision to quit coffee, what you do is you go to Woolworths or Coles or your local store, and what you do is you get cocoa powder. Okay, you get cocoa powder and then you stop the coffee, you stop drinking coffee altogether, but all you drink from now on is cocoa powder. Okay, and once you go a few months without coffee drinking, you can then start to minimize the amount of cocoa powder that you're drinking in your daily life. You understand? So that's what you can do to quit caffeine in terms of life and also black coffee and coffee altogether. And you save yourself money. You see, every single day, guys, you have to understand that no matter what, you have to be life coaching. So you have to understand that a life coach is someone who provides information to other people regarding on how to improve their life. And you have to understand that when you improve people's lives, it makes you much more into a person that you want to be. You understand? So you have to understand that it's much more, the more you improve people, the more you improve yourself. So you have to understand that you have to apply everything into your life that you've learned from other people and then go give that to other people, because that's what life coaches do. You have to understand that since I do life coaching, I'm always trying to help people. I'm always trying to get myself across in a better way. I'm trying to help myself to do better in all walks of life. So that's what you can do also. And you have to understand every single day, it's always important to do something around helping yourself to teach as much as possible so that you can live a great life and so that you can also be someone who's much more. You see, guys, if you're not minding your business, then imagine a person who's not minding their own business. So what this person does is they go on into other people's lives and they go stalking them and they go sending them messages and they start to go where they go and they start to neglect themselves because there's so much focusing on other people that they have no time to focus on themselves and their own business and their own life. So, for example, you have to understand that somebody who kills another person is minding another person's business. So you have to understand that people who are serial killers stalk people and they go and mind other people's business. So if you start minding your own business much more, then the thing is that you can never kill anybody because you're minding your own business. And now if you kill yourself, that's different. But the thing is that you have to realize that those people who mind their own business have much more benefits to live in life. You see, guys, if you ever feel undervalued by people or underappreciated, or you feel that other people don't love you as much as other people love other people, then you have to understand something. You have to focus on yourself and you have to give that love of yourself to yourself. So you have to understand it starts with you. So a person who is much more intellectual every single day, getting smarter every single day, making sure they're benefiting their life to some degree, and making sure that they're trying to make a difference, for example, understand certain things in life where they can improve and they can actually help themselves to grow. And you have to understand it's much more, if you grow, then you have to understand that it's just a part of life, isn't it? You have to understand that everyone has to grow, but you also have to feel that you appreciate yourself, and you have to understand that you don't need other people's acceptance and you don't need them to love you so that you can love yourself. You understand? You see, guys, if you want to go somewhere in life, you have to go inside of yourself. You have to understand there's nothing out there for you. You understand? The only thing that's out there for you is what's inside of you right now. So you have to understand that means you have to focus on yourself the most. You have to understand that when you focus on yourself the most, you can have much more time, you can have much more freedom, you can have much more money, you can have more love for yourself, you can benefit yourself in many ways in terms of confidence and courage. And you have to understand that it's much more about living inside than it is living outside. So make sure you're not reaching for scraps of pleasure out there, making sure that you're disciplining yourself to stay away from pleasure and stay away from food and drink as much as you can, but make sure that you're someone who understands how to live life so that you can understand that you can always learn more about how to live life. You understand? So you have to understand every single day, just make sure that you're always much better than yesterday. You know what's funny, guys? When something is not working out for you, in a way that you're not making sure that you're living life, but then again, you feel considerate that you are doing well. So you have to make a decision here whether or not you're doing good in life. You understand? So you have to realize every single day that something that is funny for different reasons. And you have to realize that anything that is funny is, for example, a controversial method where you can explain things every single day where you're actually growing. And when you grow in terms of life and then you're not growing, that's the funny thing. Yes, and the funny thing is when you're being considerate, but at the same time you're not doing it. You understand? I promise you. So, for example, you need to actually live life to be funny. You see, guys, sometimes I feel like a failure. And why do I feel like a failure? Sometimes because I see my success and I see where I am in life, but I see how much I need to succeed to get to the point where I want to be. You understand? So when I compare my success to my previous history of my life, I see somewhere down the line I haven't been doing too well in some categories, but in some categories I'm doing so great in it. You understand? So the thing is that my life is much more successful than ever before in some areas, but in some areas I'm letting myself down, and that's why I feel like a failure. But that's why I know also that I'm feeling the same amount of failure as I am the same amount of success. So I'm not trying to compare myself to other people and their success, because you have to understand that there's always going to be someone much more successful than you. But what you compare to is yourself only. You see, guys, the only way to push growth in terms of your growth is to produce content. So the more you produce content, the more you can actually grow. So you have to understand that words make a difference. And sometimes you have to understand that I get, let's say, from other people, a lot of, let's say, jealousy, and I get a lot of, let's say, hatred from people because somehow in my life I'm doing better than them in some area, and they are jealous they're jealous because of that. And you have to realize it's because I'm pushing myself to do better, but then they're happy for me when I'm doing less than they are in terms of some area. So the thing is that you have to realize that when they have I realize when they have kids and I have no kids, then they're happy. But when I have more kids than them, I promise you that means they're going to be jealous about me. You understand? They're going to be hating me because I have something more than them. I promise you guys, if you just focus on yourself, I promise you, if you just focus on yourself and your life and where you're going in life, and you plan, and you keep planning your life and you keep planning where you want to go, and where you plan all your dreams, and then you understand your first steps, and you have to understand your first steps is always what you need to do. You understand? So you can always take that first step or that next step towards success, and that's going to lead the way for you. You have to understand, you don't look so far ahead. What you do is you look at the first step that you need to take right now in order to achieve success. You understand? That may be quitting smoking. That may be losing weight, for example. That may be just going to the gym, for example, today. Just going to the gym today. Or maybe just writing that first chapter of your book. You understand? Or maybe even making a 1-minute program, you understand, just so you can help someone to succeed. It depends on your success, so make sure you understand that. You see, this is what a lonely person thinks, okay? So a lonely person will think nobody around them likes them and nobody wants to be around them, you understand? So for example, a lonely person feels that there is people out there who don't care about that person, you understand, and they feel that they need someone to talk with, but they have no one to talk with, and they feel depressed as well because somehow in life that people are not responding to them as much as possible, and they're not making them feel important, so they feel lonely, you understand? So I find in my life over here that I'm never lonely because I don't need other people to talk to as much as I understand. So you have to understand that it's much more that because I'm alone, I grow in silence and I grow in the person I am. You see, guys, do you ever feel overwhelmed with life? You have to understand, you just have to understand this. You are just growing into the person you want to be. And so every single day you live life, you get smarter, you start becoming much more mature, you start living life much more, you start to actually help yourself to be much more kinder. And you have to understand sometimes it can feel overwhelming to make a lot of content, you understand? And that's what I feel sometimes, that it's like, fuck, I don't even know what to say anymore because I've said so much content in terms of words and in terms of music and stuff like that, that, for example, I know it's a slow process in life, that I sometimes feel like a failure, like, for example, that I'm not producing as much content as possible as other people are, for example. But the thing is that I'm trying my best in life, and that's the main thing, you understand? So when you get to the point where you feel that you're doing your best, that is the moment that you feel the best. You see, guys, this is my philosophy. I teach people how to think. And now, when you teach people how to think, then you also create this philosophy around life and you create meaning around what you've said. And when you create meaning around what you've said, you have much more to think about and you have much more to do, for example, because thinking is hard work. And you have to understand that it's hard work to think and to make an audio program and stuff like that, but it's also smart work. So much more people, in terms of a lot of people today, are chasing money over teaching people how to think. And now when you teach people mindset and how to think, what happens is you start to really, really become a life coach and you start to actually become a guru of your own. So the more you actually teach, the better you are in terms of your frequency and the better you are in terms of where you're going, okay? So you have to understand that your purpose is to help people, and when you help people, for example, what happens is you get to benefit yourself in many ways and you get to actually live much more of life. Hey guys, so this is why I love music so much. When I get into my music producing studio, which is FL Studio, which is my DAW, digital audio workstation, I can go any possibilities in music. I can write whatever I want and I can express myself in music. I can be able to make any kind of sound that comes true to my heart, or even pick other people's sounds and put it into my own type of music with much more intent to tweak it into my own type of original sound. But the thing is that when I express life and when I express music, I'm able to talk. I'm able to be much more productive. I'm able to love my life more because music brings this passion inside of me, and it brings a passion for me to stand up for myself and to really, really be able to inspire someone with music. You see, guys, this is what a resume really is about now. In these days, in terms of 2022 and in the future, you have to understand that employees, in terms of employers, look for certain resumes where you have a work history in the 9 to 5 job. You understand? So that's a different resume to the one I'm going to tell you now. And now, what other people, in terms of everybody, wants to see is a personal brand. Okay, and when you personally brand yourself online, people want to see that kind of resume. They want to see you take photos of yourself and post it online. They want to see you have a YouTube account with thousands of videos of you talking about something or expressing yourself in music or anything in terms of life. And they want to see you making audio programs and video programs and books out there. I'm pretty sure they want you to be an author of thousands of books. I'm pretty sure it just makes this kind of resume that I'm talking about here much better. So you have to understand that once you have this kind of resume where you have thousands of books that you've written and thousands of videos that you've made and also thousands of audio programs and thousands of quotes that you've made, and you post everything online, then you have to understand that these people who are going to hire you, and plus your friends and people who are not your friends, who people who are strangers to your life as well, are going to see your life and they're going to be able to differentiate you as somebody inspirational. And that's what you want in life. I want to teach you guys something. So in life, you have context, and what context is information. So when you look at a template of information in life, what you have to realize is that information is going to teach you something of skills that you can go and bring about in life with other people in terms of communicational skills, where you can actually grow yourself in a way that you're actually communicating in a better way. So you have to realize that context is everything about helping yourself as an individual to get over life and to actually get somewhere in life every single day. So you need to realize if you want to really, really do better in life, you need to have more context, which means you have to have more information. And the more information you have, the better your life. So improve your context, improve your life. See, guys, now you have to make sure in life that you're not doing it for the money. Okay, don't do it for the money. You have to realize it's not about the money in life. And yes, you need money to survive. I understand money is an important factor of life. And as Zig Ziglar said, that money is up there with breathing. Okay, but the thing is that what you need to realize is when you produce free content for the world, you're not expecting to make money on it. You know, saying you are really expecting to just grow from it. And you have to understand that when you grow as an individual, that is the money that you're looking for. You know, so when you're helping other people for free, that is all the money in the world. So why are you worrying about money for in your life? And you have to realize if you worry about money, it means you lack a certain ability in your life. So what you need to realize is make sure that you're never scared to help other people. See, guys, if you want to go places, you need to do content. And you have to understand every single day it's about building upon words. And the more you build upon words and life coaching and making sure that you're coaching something in life about you and about everything, you understand? I promise you, the more you get into it, what happens is you start to build a mindset and you start to actually reap rewards upon what you've taught in life. And now you have to realize that the more you teach, the more rewards you have in life. So you have to understand it's much more how every single day of your life, you have to understand it's about getting smarter, yeah? So if you want to get smarter, you have to help other people. And only smart people help other people. So the smarter people who are smarter than other people are the ones who are helping other people more than other people. You understand? So you have to understand that every single day of your life, make sure that you're helping. And that's all you have to do. You see, guys, there's an important factor in life that you have to understand. You must never be rude to people who give you money. You must never be rude overall in your communication. You must understand that people who show conditional love are rude people. You understand? They're just rude because they're not showing themselves in a full aspect. So you have to realize that these people who are conditional in their love are the ones who are suffering the most. You understand? So what you have to realize is you have to show them empathy, but you have to leave them alone and you have to go your own way. So never go towards people who are conditional with you, but go towards unconditional love every single day of your life. But make sure that you stand for that and make sure that you're someone else. Make sure that you're not someone else. Make sure that you're someone in life who is unconditional love. You understand? So the more you actually breed love in life, the better you do. I see whether you're a man or a woman listening to this program right now, I want to explain something. You have to understand that you must never go for money. You understand? You must never go for a man or woman who has money. But what you'd rather go for in life is a person who's self-educational, a person who has all the self-education you need to grow. You understand? I promise you, this person has the skills to teach you. So you have to understand it's much more how you have to look at life as who is educational out there and who has a mindset of a teacher. And so if your boyfriend or girlfriend or someone that you like is more of a teacher, then you hit the jackpot. You understand? Because those people are the people that you need to be around. You have to be around people who are spreading ideas. And the more ideas you spread around, I promise you, the richer you get. You understand? Because ideas is everything about richness. I see, guys, you have to understand some people. I promise you, some people have nothing to do in life. I promise you, they have no purpose. And you have to realize that what these people do is they watch TV all day long and they sleep all day long. Okay? And they may do little housework around the house and stuff like that. Little tasks that they do that are not majoring in anything. Okay, so they're not majoring, they're not majoring in some kind of purpose to help other people. Yes, and so these people who are not helping other people have a small purpose in life. I mean, do you understand? So, for example, when you look at me, I promise you I have a large purpose in life because I have a large perspective. And because I have a large perspective, my perspective is really helping people. And that's why I have a large perspective, you understand? And that's a large philosophy about life. So, when you have a large philosophy like me, then you can coach. I see, guys, this is what life coaching really is for me personally. I realize when I get into a life coaching state, I seek out to make sure that I can grow myself and other people. So when I grow myself and other people, what I do is I teach mindset, I teach skills, I teach ideas. I throw people, I throw ideas at people, and I make sure that they can somehow become much more aware in their thinking so that they can actually find their own direction, so that they can find their own goals, so that they can set their goals, and so that I can make a difference in their life. You understand? Because that's what a life coach is to me. But a life coach to me also is somebody who has empathy for the people. You understand? So you have to realize that because I'm a life coach, it's the greatest thing that I've ever done in my life because I have a passion. I have this massive passion and I do it for free. And that's everything to me. See, guys, in life, you have to keep going. You know, so you have to make sure you understand something that you may be someone who's having difficult times right now or having adversity in your life, or maybe something's not going on that is not going to the point of success for you, or maybe something's not really going right for you. You understand? But the thing is that there is no right or wrong in life, and you have to realize that your adversities and your disturbance of your circumstances and everything that's happening in your life right now is shaping you into the person that is going to become in a way that you're going to be much more prepared for the future because your moments right now in terms of your life right now is shaping you for something that's going to come into your life. You understand? So you have to realize that you're preparing now to have a better life. You see, guys, you have to understand that in life you have to build words. Okay, you have to build upon words. And the more you build upon words, the more wisdom you have. Okay, so the more you actually coach and coach and coach and coach, the more you actually can do around this life and the more you can actually be of service. You can actually be someone much more in your life as well because you're going to help yourself to become much more aware because a different state of mind is required to coach other people. And you have to understand that you have to be different and you have to do something unique that you've never done before. So make sure you understand you have to push your boundaries. So public speaking and making sure that you're throwing out content out there every single day is going to help you to succeed the most because you're going to grow into the person that you want to be. And that's what I have in terms of my personal experiences. That's what's happening in my life. I see, guys, the reason that you guys are in this situation right now is because of everything that you've done in your life. You understand? So, to prepare you for the next, let's say, 10 years or 20 years, you have to understand I have some words of advice for you. And it's really, you have to start improving. You have to start growing yourself and you have to start reading audiobooks much more. And you have to understand that you have to invest in your self education. And the more you invest in yourself, the more you can actually grow and the more you can have much more benefits in your life in terms of having much more peace, having much more richness, having more money, being able to be satisfied with yourself because you have a passion. And you have to realize that every single day, no matter what happens, make sure you never give up. I mean, make sure every single day that you're always thriving in life, making sure that you're on top of life. You understand? That's where you need to be. You see, guys, the whole point of life is to develop yourself every single day, to become much more mature, to make sure every single day that you're doing the best you can. You understand? So you have to realize that you have to get yourself into a state of mind where you're actually fluent and where you're actually doing something orchestrated in your life, where you're actually composing your life in a better way, but making sure that you're always helping yourself to grow. You understand? Helping other people to grow, making sure that you're giving of yourself the most you can. And the more, I promise you, the more you give of yourself, the more unconditional you become, and you become this person that people want to be around because you're very smart and you're very intelligent and you're also very silent. But the thing is that you're really, really manifesting your dreams because you're doing something for free. And when you do something for free, it helps you to really, really recognize life more because it's not about the money. I see, guys, this is the thing about my success. You have to understand that because I create so much content every single day, and the more content I create, the more successful I am. You have to understand that. Because how do I become successful through my content? I post it up online somewhere. I promise you other people see it. And I inspire other people through my content. And that's how I make a difference for free. I do this for free because it's my passion. But you have to realize that other people are not doing that. I mean, other people are not going and posting a lot of content on social media because they either have no time to do it, or they're lazy, or they have no purpose, or they just don't want to do it. You understand? Because they're scared. You have to realize that these people who are afraid of life will never ever get so far in life. So you have to realize that you must never be afraid if you want to succeed. You see, guys, this is the thing about life. You have to, every single day, push yourself. And when you push yourself, you can do great things every single day. You can actually grow yourself. You can go into the person that you want to be. You can benefit yourself in ways that you are growing. And when you love yourself so much to express yourself through everything that you do, I promise you that's the best thing that you can do every single day, is to make sure that your content gets out there to people every single day, that you are manifesting your dreams, that every single day of your life that you're doing the best you can. You understand? So that's the thing about life. Every single day you have to always make sure that your life is complete in some kind of way. So what I do to complete my life in some kind of way is I create more content, and because I create more content, I get a sense of purpose, because my purpose is to help people, and that's how I actually grow. So if you want to do better, you have to grow into the person you want to be.